Hello, beautiful people. This is Freedom Fighter. Thank you for tuning into our channel, Goldilocks Global Banking News. Everybody knows that Goldilocks is the number one source for the RVGCR. People from around the world tune in to see what Goldilocks is sharing on the RVGCR. Don't miss your chance and get your latest updates every day. So like, share, and subscribe to this channel to get your daily podcast from the Goldilocks articles on the RVGCR. Brought to you by Freedom Fighter. Hello, beautiful people. This is Freedom Fighter, and welcome to Goldilocks Global Banking News. I am your host of Goldilocks Global Banking News, and we welcome you with open arms and an open heart. So open your mind to receive the information that is going to be shared with you today. Today's podcast is going to be pretty unique. On Monday, October the 14th, I was privy to a conversation directly with the CBI by way of the honor and privilege bestowed upon me by Dee, and Goldilocks. Ladies and gentlemen, I must share with you that I am grateful because it's not too often where someone in the so-called Denarland community can share with you that they have honestly and directly spoken to the actual source. So, I'm going to share with you that in my conversations with Goldilocks this morning, I got the green light that it was okay to share the details of the conversation because actually Goldilocks put out the details as well. Some things I won't be able to share and they will remain in confidence because of the importance, of course, of this event. So, let's jump right into it. And I'm going to say as we jump right into it, you must understand and know, ladies and gentlemen, that the importance of Iraq, yes, is extremely important. But we know this is a global event, and yes, most folks are focused on Iraq. Understand and know, if you didn't know before, that Iraq is the birthplace of humanity. If you look up the Garden of Eden, you can research it. The Garden of Eden is located in Iraq. This is why we have been saying for quite some time that the RV is a spiritual RV and a spiritual reset before it is a financial one. The financial RV is the icing on the cake, if you will. But that spirit is a more powerful source to help us with the financial resources and the blessing that we will have that is coming to us. Iraq is so important, and the people of Iraq is so important. I want to encourage you to not look at Iraq as just a place where the dinar is located and that you will receive a revaluation of their currency. Look at the Iraqi people as God's chosen people. Whether you believe in that or not, it doesn't matter. Because the dinar that which you hold, and many of you are waiting for the RV to happen, the Iraqi dinar and the currency is chosen for a large part of the RV for which many people wait upon. It isn't any other currency as much. It's the Iraqi dinar. I say the chosen people because it is obvious, with Iraq being the birthplace of humanity, and the world has been faced with so much calamity. And no, I'm not meaning to rhyme or sing a song. But the fact of the matter is, there is a spiritual shift and a reset upon us, and we are returning back to the original place and source of our civilization, of humanity, and that is Iraq. So the remnants of the conversation with the CBI, Goldilocks shares that Goldilocks, myself, and Dee, by conference call on October the 14th, we spoke with the CBI. This is a relationship that Goldilocks and Dee has had for quite some time. I was just very blessed and honored they invited me to the call. The CBI talked about how the people of Iraq are moving towards digital banking on a larger scale next month with debit cards and credit cards and point of sale. Actually, the beginning of this year, I should say, towards the March, April this year, Iraq deemed the country to be digital. You may ask, why is this so important? Well, this is so important because we're moving into the quantum financial system, which is a digital system. Can you imagine if Iraq remains in the stone ages of paper currency at their ports, paper currency under their mattresses, paper currency for transactions? They won't even be able to interconnect into the quantum financial system for us to even have a revaluation of the dinar. Speaking of mattresses, we got a chuckle out of the CBI contact yesterday when I brought up. I said, "Hey," I says, "we know that Iraqi people like to keep their dinar under their mattresses, and you guys want to get into the digital age." He just laughed and belted out a hard laugh. I thought he was snotting and hurting his stomach laughing so hard when I made that statement, and he got a kick out of that. What he mentioned is that Iraq, through the use of smartphone technology, the people of Iraq will be utilizing electronic wallets that enables them to do international exchanging of their currency across borders through Western Union, MoneyGram, and Visa. He also mentioned that they have a targeted campaign for Iraqis for the age of 18 and younger to make sure that they continue to increase their usage of digital technology and apps on their phone. He also spoke about, and this is something that Goldilocks and myself have been sharing so heavily lately, about the meetings that Iraq has been having with the United States and an international company named Oliver Wyman International, which is a managing company that has been helping Iraq to understand the process of digital transactions. Oliver Wyman has been doing this with countries around the world. And actually, the beginning of this year, at a meeting in Abu Dhabi, that's right, not Iraq, not the U.S., but Abu Dhabi, the United States Department of Treasury was in that meeting with Iraq, also Citibank, JP Morgan Chase, and the Federal Reserve, and signed a contract for this international company, Oliver Wyman, to assist Iraq in moving to international standards, thereby allowing and enabling the dinar to go beyond its borders. The move to retail inclusion has helped Iraq's ability to move towards an independent use of the dinar, allowing Iraq to move away from the electronic platform, which is controlled by the U.S. Federal Reserve. And this will be done by the end of this year. And also ending their what's called currency auction window by the end of this year. That is the quote unquote black market of the dinar in Iraq, which is the illegal market in Iraq. This electronic platform is that the CBI spoke of yesterday absolutely confirmed what the CBI has put in writing after their meeting with the U.S. that there will be a shift away from the electronic platform, which is the control of the Federal Reserve, and they will connect to international correspondent banks, meaning other banks throughout the world. Iraq via the Iraqi dinar will be able to move beyond the control of the electronic platform, aka the Federal Reserve Bank control of the Iraqi banking system. This allows Iraq to become a correspondent bank or direct to direct banking international relationships throughout the world. Iraq started also, this is something very important that the CBI spoke about yesterday. And this is another very important topic connected to Iraq going international and connecting to the quantum financial system, and also ultimately needing to do in order to be approved, the final approval to enter into the World Trade Organization. And that is that Iraq started the phase 2 of integrating their ports, customs, and borders with what's called the automated system for customs data. And they are still implementing this digital connection through their ports throughout Iraq. Almost all ports will be connected. Why is this so important? Just imagine all of the ports and the customs and the borders of Iraq that historically, again, through using paper dinar and mainly, I should say, paper US dollar to transact on the border. So all goods and services, billions of dollars coming into the Iraqi ports were done in US dollars. Now connecting the automated system for customs data at their ports. This is a part of the shift. And when we spoke and when I mentioned to the CBI yesterday about the Iraqis keeping their dinars under their mattresses, this is a way for those dinars to come from underneath the mattresses and the cookie jars in the kitchens of the Iraqi people into the banking system of Iraq. So once it goes into the banking system, and they're digitizing their banks, digitizing their ports. Ladies and gentlemen, this enables the Iraqi dinar to have the ability to move globally, internationally, all over the world, throughout correspondent banks and other countries. So as the Iraqi dinar is used in trade through digital means, the value of the dinar increases. So the CBI spoke about this on Monday and the importance of them continuously to implement the digital transformation of their ports because it raises the value of the dinar, and this is a requirement and a recommendation to enter into as full accession members of the World Trade Organization. This will enable Iraq to interface the dinar and its rates with the automated system for customs data. This is just, ladies and gentlemen, in layman's terms, it just digitizes their ports to make sure there's no manipulation or corruption of the dinar coming in and going out of Iraq. This helps to increase the value and sustain the value of the dinar, which benefits each and every one of us who hold the Iraqi dinar. The automated system for customs data is a computerized customs management system that covers most foreign trade procedures. It handles manifests and customs declarations, along with accounting. Think of it, accounting, transit, and suspense procedures. It also generates trade data that can be used for statistical economic analysis. The automated system for customs, data, and borders. The software is developed by the United Nations. Ladies and gentlemen, this particular software that automates the customs and borders, over 120 countries that are members of the World Trade Organization utilize this digital automated system at their borders. Just imagine, as Iraq becomes full accession members of the World Trade Organization, and they are connected to this system, and they are connected to the system whereby 120 plus countries are connected within the World Trade Organization. Just imagine the strength and the value of the Iraqi dinar as it moves digitally through this system without the manipulation and corruption on the dinar that was there before, that allowed the dinar to be grossly depreciated. Now I'm connecting to the automated system, the dinar will appreciate in value. Also, we spoke about in the conversation with the CBI the importance of this, also because of the importance of what's called the International Organization for Standardization, or ISO, International Standardization for Organization. There are currency codes, ladies and gentlemen, ISO, International Organization for Standardization, currency codes that each of you who are listening to this are familiar with these codes. One of them is the IQD. That's the International Organization Standardization Currency Code for Iraq. The ISO code, IQD. What's the one for the Vietnamese dong? VND. What's the one for the USD? For the United States dollar, USD. Think of all of the ISO codes for the currencies that you hold and you're waiting to be revalued. It's called an ISO, International Organization for Standardization Code. All of these codes, ladies and gentlemen, are connected to what Iraq is normalizing and connecting and at their ports. The automated system for customs and data. These ISO codes are a part of that system. Little did you know that the codes whereby you see these Forex pairs that have the codes IQD, the Forex pair that has the VND, the Forex pairs that have all the other ISO codes for the currencies you hold, they're connected to the automated system that Iraq is implementing throughout all of the ports within Iraq. And this automated system for customs and data, ladies and gentlemen, also connects to the quantum financial system. Why is that? Well, it's the banking system. It must have the ISO codes in order to convert the IQD to USD, the VND to USD, to VES to USD, and to every other currency that you hold. In order for those currencies to be exchanged in the quantum financial system, for you to be able to exchange that currency, the ISO code, the International Organization Code, for IQD, ISO code, VND, ISO code, it has to connect. And Iraq is going through the last phase of connecting their custom imports in Iraq so that when the time comes for exchanges, the codes are already interconnected into the system. This is a requirement also for them to enter into the World Trade Organization. Why is that so important? Because as Iraq does trade with all of these countries around the world, do you not think they need to make sure these codes are live in the systems with Iraq's trading partners so that the Iraqi dinar can be assured to have the actual correct value in trade? Remember, as we spoke with the CBI as well, they confirmed that by the end of this year, the shift for Iraq to come off the federal system, the Federal Reserve System, in order to connect with international correspondent banks, these codes must be live in order to do so. The conversation with the CBI, ladies and gentlemen, was very profound. The conversation confirmed everything that Goldilocks has been sharing with us. Everything also that Wiley has been sharing with us. Also, much of what Jester has been sharing with us with the United States Department of Treasury and what he spoke about as well recently with the ISO, International Organization for Standardization. And yes, I can hear Jester and Wiley saying, don't forget myself. Yes, for what all of what Freedom Fighter has been sharing with you as well. For those of you who are listening to this, you are truly fortunate and you are truly blessed to be a part of a group that not only shares the information with you directly from the actual sources, the government sources, the technical sources, and yes, directly from the CBI. Many of you have possibly forgotten that Dee and Goldilocks quite often has conversations with the CBI. We are very fortunate, we are very blessed, and very humbled. I hope that you all understand the value of the information you're getting. Much of what Goldilocks has shared openly is actually happens before things become public in print from websites. Why? Because of the relationship that Dee and Goldilocks has with the CBI. Everything that Goldilocks has shared has come to pass because of the research of the Goldilocks team and Goldilocks and the direct conversations, yes, with the CBI. I can now say that by way of having and being a part of this call with the CBI, yes, I am humbled and grateful that Goldilocks indeed invited me. I don't take it for granted. Never did, never will. But I can share with you 100% that you are in good hands. You are in the right place at the right time. I encourage you to stay off the roller coasters out there. The second, third, fourth party talk out there. Rest assured that God has put you at a place to receive information, not only directly from the government actual sources in print and writing to show you, but it says a lot when the CBI contacts Dee and Goldilocks and request a conversation. And yes, I'm grateful that I was invited to be a part of it. It says a lot about the timing of where things are and where things are going. Continue to follow us. We will continue to bring you the facts with the proof that you can see for yourself. There are some things that you can look forward to in the very, very near future that I won't mention to see. But when that time comes, maybe the end of this month or next month, some developments that will be shown to you of more that is coming that's in connection with the event that we're waiting for. I'm speaking directly about Iraq, but I can't go into too much detail. No, no, no. Don't go to any conclusions. We still have things to wait for. Iraq is still in the process of the WTO. But just know that things may begin to heat up even closer to the end of this month and next month. But just make sure you stick with us and the timelines that the World Trade Organization has presented and that Goldilocks has confirmed for us to be able to pay attention to. Just know, folks, you are special. The reset and the return to the original civilization of man in Iraq is no coincidence. God is in control. We are just vessels of His bringing you the information, and we hope that you receive it the way it's intended. We love you. We appreciate you. Be kind, be well. Stay grounded in unconditional love. Be well. Hello, beautiful people. This is Freedom Fighter. Thank you for tuning into our channel, Goldilocks Global Banking News. Everybody knows that Goldilocks is the #1 source for the RVGCR. People from around the world tune in to see what Goldilocks is sharing on the RVGCR. Don't miss your chance and get your latest updates every day. So like, share, and subscribe to this channel to get your daily podcast from the Goldilocks articles on the RVGCR. Brought to you by Freedom Fighter.